Alright, I had to separate the video into two separate segments just to make sure that I can upload it for you guys. So in continuing to talk about trig identities, I want to go ahead and move on to problem number 3. Problem number 3 asks us to find the exact value of tangent of theta if cosecant of theta equals -2. And then it gives us the condition that theta is between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. That would mean it's in quadrant 4. So in quadrant 4, thinking back to what we drew up above, in quadrant 4, so let's go back to the chart. In quadrant 4, cosine and secant are positive, everything else is negative. So that must mean that our answer for tangent is going to be negative. So that's what we need to keep in mind when referencing that. Alright, let me see if I can get this scrolled down. Okay, there we go. Alright, so in scrolling down to number 3, so we know tangent of theta equals negative. Something we want to keep in mind for our final answer. So we're dealing with tangent and cosecant. So let's go back up to the trig identities. If we go back up to the trig identities, we're dealing with cosecant and tangent. Well, I don't see anything with cosecant and tangent in black, but in orange, when I consider that, cotangent is the same as reversing tangent. So I'm talking about tangent here. And then I also know, and then I have cosecant. So that one will work perfect. So we're going to solve for cotangent, but then we can reverse it to figure out what tangent is. Alright, so we're going to use that last identity that said cotangent squared of theta plus 1 equals cosecant squared theta. We're given that cosecant is -2. So we're going to say cotangent squared of theta plus 1 equals -2 squared. So if I take -2 and I square it, I would get 4. So I know cotangent squared of theta plus 1 equals 4. I can isolate cotangent by subtracting 1 from both sides. I'll get cotangent squared of theta equals 3. So in order to solve and it's squared, I need to take the square root of both sides. So I will find that cotangent of theta equals square root of 3, and then remember tangent and cotangent are negative, so I'm going to put a negative in front of it. And then remember, I want to solve for tangent. Tangent is the reverse of cotangent. So if I want to reverse this, this is like negative square root of 3 over 1. So tangent would become -1 over square root of 3. But remember, I'm not allowed to have radicals in the denominator, so I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the square root of 3. And then I'm going to end up getting tangent of theta equals negative square root of 3 all over square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just 3. So tangent of theta equals negative square root of 3 all over 3. So today, for your practice, you're just going to go through, I believe I have 4 problems for you to practice posted, because I really want you to spend time on really getting a solid understanding of these. So it's gonna be similar to what I just did. Just remember the condition affects positive or negative. Just go through exactly how I just did, and that should really help you out. Just feel free to email me if you have any questions.